There we go. Now my audio is popping. Welcome to the shit. Welcome to the shits. Check this hot shit out from the Sahara. Shout out to Sergeant Willie motherfucking Pete for dropping this old school blog talk clip from Don Corleone or whatever her name was back in the days. This is why niggas is walking other paths. Just want to tell you that. I'm gonna have to play this. Shout out to you, Sergeant Willie P. I'm gonna drop your link in the comment section. Make sure people come to your page and all that. But nah, I'm still listening to what I'm in. I'm probably like 20 minutes into what I'm about to start y'all with right now. Hold on 1 second. Y'all gotta hear this shit.
The normalization of baby mama culture is because since y'all just the majority, so everybody else just got a deal. Fuck that shit. Nah. Fuck that shit. And I'm tired of, again, all these conversations constantly coming up, and nobody wants to talk about what are the numbers that we're actually looking at. Again, the black men that are complaining, we're not talking about a population of equal ratios of childless people and parents. We're not. The ratios in the black community are all fucked up. They're the largest gender gaps of any community. As I've stated before, according to my math, going back to the numbers, for that 4-year period between, actually it was a 5-year period that I, calculated, because just the way that the cohorts work on the Census Bureau, I think it's a 5-year window. But, the numbers that I had, it was like for every 100 black men, you had 1.4, or excuse me, for every 100 black men, you had 140 black mothers. And that gap ran all the way out to a 2 million parental gap between the black fathers and black mothers. So that's not small. I got 100 men, and I got 40 women, that additional women that are mothers. That's almost half of 100. It's almost half of the men. And the black community doesn't want to have this conversation. The black community just wants to continue to be like, yes, because these black men, they don't take care of their kids. That's what the problem is. It's because of these niggas. It's because of these black men. That's what the problem is. And we still have not gotten out of the framing of having these gender war conversations as though the parental gaps in the black community are a 1-to-1 ratio. When you're talking about childless men, let me emphasize that. When you're talking about childless men and them dating and who they're dating and whether they go over the fence, you know what I mean? And they say, hey, I'm over here because there's childless women over here. You don't have an argument. If we're talking about black women who have kids, the only black women who can file a complaint are black women who are childless as well. And not to mention the fact that, also not on any of the other bullshit, the matriarchal shit, or not, fucking 200 pounds at 5'3" and shit like that. Those are only women that can file a complaint. I will gladly sit down and listen to a woman bitch up a storm, you know what I'm saying, who is reasonably attractive, in shape, not on some matriarchal shit, and doesn't have any kids. I will gladly sit there and be like, okay, what's the problem? What's the issue you got with brothers? Let me hear it. But some of these other women, no, they don't want to be honest about where they are, which is why, again, even this woman talking about.
Oh my God. What's up, everybody? Shout out to y'all that's in the chat room, TCO, Eva, and anybody else that might come through. Yes, check this hot shit out from the Sahara. Listen, I'm opening up my brand new skateboard right quick. I got an electric skateboard because I be bored. And, well, shit saves money. I ain't got to take cabs to certain places. I can just get on the board and just ride there, right? I'm fucking with it. I got the bike. I got the board. I'm working on some other shit. I was enticed to get a motorcycle, but I don't want to die. I like being alive. I like life. I like living. So I'm trying to unbox my skateboard right now, but this is some classic ass shit. So I'm gonna let Sergeant Willie P finish off. Bow 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 bow. So y'all get the gist of what's going on, right? So that's why I hopped in here because it sounds like he's talking, but he's gonna eventually at the end of this his rant. Because first off, we are into this whole thing. I'm an hour and 28 minutes into it, so I've been listening to this nigga for an hour and 28 minutes before he played this one part that I was like, oh shit, he brought back the blog talk radio conversations that we used to have fucking 10, 12, 15 years ago. The whole dynamic of the I don't know, gender war in the black community. Like this shit has been popping. So let him rant. Let him get his shit off, right? But give it a minute, and then Don Corleone's gonna come on this shit, and then you gonna hear some real bullshit. This is why black men is doing what black men are doing. If this was 10 years ago, this time we don't give a fuck. Just saying. I'm just giving that example out.
With some black man she was talking about and saying that he was using Kevin Samuels rhetoric and saying high value male and shit like that. Again, these women called Kevin show. They didn't have to call Kevin show. They called in Kevin's show.
Oh, make sure you hit
and wanted to be assessed.
my house.
And many of the women were delusional.
And hit my like.
3 kids by 2 different men talking about they want a man that makes 6 figures. Why would a man, especially one who's childless, want to walk into a scenario like that? You know what I'm saying? Women, I just saw a clip the other day. A woman was 47 years old talking about, what she is and isn't going to settle for. Shit was bananas. And I can see, honestly, when it comes to these conversations, like, this shit is dead in the water. Because the women are going to keep coming into the discussion with the same framework or framing every time, which is, I don't care about black men interracially dating. I just want them to stop talking about black women. I just want them to stop criticizing black women and using that as justification to go over the fence. It stands to reason that if you have a disproportionate amount of black men going over the fence relative to black women, that there's a problem. There's certain things that they don't like. And if you can't handle the real and truthful answers of the things that they don't like, and you just want to dismiss everything, well, I just think that they're self-hating and it's colorism. That doesn't make the babies go away. That doesn't make the weight shed off of your body. That doesn't make the matriarchal mindset vanish. So if you keep want to frame it like that, like, I don't know what else to tell you. You asked, they gave you an answer. You didn't like the answer, and then you responded, that ain't it. That ain't it. Okay. Well, I mean, what do you want me to say about that? So, when it comes to these interpersonal relationship problems, I know a lot of black women don't want to see themselves as the problem. They want to say, niggas in jail and Ray Ray and Pookie and all that stuff. That's why I've always wanted to get to the actual meat and the potatoes. Okay, so what happens when you do come across a guy that's got it together? What's preventing things from happening in that scenario? And see, the women, they'll immediately go to colorism. They don't want to dive into like what those women were saying on the Don Napoleon show. Because again, I remind you of what the woman said. I have to confess, I was in a loving and benevolent relationship, and I wouldn't do on that nigga say so. Okay, what else is there? What else is there? Loving and benevolent relationship. She said it, not me. She said it, not me. I didn't make that up. She said it. I was in a loving and benevolent relationship, and I sabotaged it because I wanted to do what the fuck I wanted to do. Anyway, that's all I got for y'all. That's my video. SWP out. Don't forget to comment, share, like, and subscribe.
Ask her what method, like you said, because if it's a credit card, she may not see it for 1 to 2 billing cycles.
What was that? I think they think you're on mute there.
Cool.
All right, 734, you're on the air. She must didn't mean to push a phone.
Who's the dude who's on the line first? What's his name?
734-485. That's so with us. Oh, your name 718.
God,
how you doing?
734. What's good with you, baby? Welcome to the Don Nicoleone Show.
What's going on? I'm sorry I wasn't able to get in a little earlier.
No, it's okay.
Okay. I was just, you all over the place today. I'm way lost in the religion thing, so I didn't have anything to say about that. I'll wait till you get into something more that I can relate to.
We're talking about male and female. Can you relate to?
Okay. Yeah, I can relate to that. Let me see. I don't know where we left off yesterday, but I want to say this, and then you all can, jump in and scratch and kill and everything else. But this is primarily, I think, what I was trying to come from. I'm listening to you guys, and what I hear is this: black women are looking for black men to be in positions of responsibility, not in positions of leadership. Okay, and I think where the disconnect is coming is that men who are responsible, if I'm held responsible and I'm held accountable, then naturally, anything that I'm held accountable or responsible for that I'm responsible for, I will make the decision on. You can't hold me accountable for anything or make me responsible for anything that I didn't design and execute. If that's the case, everybody would do that. They can go out and make mistakes and then blame it on someone else. So I'm saying that as a man, the way I was taught, and I've listened to you all say, you all came up in households where women ran the household, and I heard this yesterday, where women ran the household, but they had a problem getting men to do the right thing. I came up in similar situations like that. I saw that in my family, don't get me wrong, but the one thing that I was taught coming up was the reason women were running things is because men simply were not doing what they were supposed to do. Not because men weren't there helping, but because simply men were not doing what they were supposed to do across the board. So that told me, as a young man, you have to get yourself together, get yourself established, and then you bring a woman into it or a wife into it. You don't put the cart before the horse, in other words, because putting the cart before the horse will result in the problems that we have today.
Right. Fireliner says she got that from you yesterday, that what you sound like you need is a subservient woman.
Well, here's the thing. I was listening to I went back and listened to the show yesterday, and I was listening to you, Don, and it was like when we were talking about the whole Tokyo thing. So the thing I was trying to get women to understand was this. When you were saying, how come two people of equal standing don't work out? Because what I was saying is this. When I'm sent to Tokyo, you're my wife, you're going. Okay? If you like you were saying, you don't like Tokyo, you don't like Japan, so you can go ahead and go. Where's the unity in that? They're not asking me. They're telling me, I have orders. I have to be there. You are going as well.
Right, we get all that.
Right, that's all I was saying. And the whole disconnect is when you come across women who are equally established. They have their own thing going on, too. Those two people are not going to be able to work anything out.
I think they will.
Well, here's what I'm saying.
Because my husband and I,
here's what I'm saying.
Here's the difference, okay? Here's what, because it will work, but it's just with an overstanding.
Okay.
You understand? When you find who you are in the relationship, you automatically assumes the position. So if both of them are as busy, or as important to life, and what matters is business or upbringing and all of that.
Right.
If both are, then it's an equal share in both of their existence together, be it in their own work that they do. It's an equal share.
Okay.
My husband shares his work with me. I share my input on what can work for him in his work.
Okay.
The same thing, and vice versa. This is how we do it. We're on totally different opposite scales of business, but yet we come together and we still work on each other's business together.
Okay.
The same thing. You know what I'm saying? My life consists of long hours, and so does his. Some days I don't see my husband until 3 days. You know what I'm saying? 3 days have gone by. You understand? Sometimes he don't see me until for 3 days. You understand?
Okay.
But it's still because we're so busy, and our foundation, we glued our foundation together. Does that make sense?
No, I'm with you on that. But what I'm trying to say is this: I don't see where. That's why I use the analogy of Tokyo. Okay, I did that specifically for a reason. I mean, number one, it happened to me. But what I'm saying is,
right. But let's talk about because it happened to you now. Right. Because remember, we're talking about another type of woman. Obviously, there was a woman. No, correct me if I'm wrong, because we got to figure this thing out. Because we're talking about an absentee woman right now, where you're just the only one present because it happened to you. So let me ask you this, okay? Did the woman have her own foundation?
It wasn't enough, in my opinion, to
okay, so whoa! Wait, chill, Jolly. So the answer is no, correct?
The answer is no.
Okay, and because it's a no, you felt that she could give up whatever wasn't enough for you and come to Tokyo with you.
Right.
Correct?
Right.
Okay. Now here's the catch-22 in that, Captain.
Okay.
Is that because you felt what she had wasn't standard to you, is the reason why you couldn't overstand that she couldn't go.
Well, but here's the thing. That's why I brought it to you. And if you go back and listen to the show, you'll hear. I mean, it's right in there. First, you said, I'm gonna pack your bags and you can go on ahead and go to Japan. And now this is my attitude. I'm like, no, I'm not packing my bags and going to Japan without you. We are together. You are going to Japan. But
you stressed though, Captain. You stressed that the job says, nigga, you going. Did he not stress that yesterday, Jolly? The job said, I'm going. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. I gotta go to Tokyo.
Don, listen.
He just said today that he's been told to go to Tokyo. So because he got told nigga to go to Tokyo, you going to motherfucking Tokyo
are going
too?
Because listen.
That's what he just said.
Listen, now, by the same token, let's say that I wasn't told to go to Tokyo. Let's say that my business carried me to Tokyo. Let's say I'm running the business and there's a new opportunity in Tokyo. You are my wife. You are going with me.
But why don't he just go and she could stay on? That's a business trip.
No, it's not a business trip. I'm going to be there a year. Okay.
Right, but see, the thing here's where Captain is at.
So
the chick didn't have as much anyway, according to him. She had nothing. So all she could do, according to him, was to pack up and go because she had nothing. My husband and I, we get in the same conversations because. The company wants him to leave and to move into the city where he spends most of his time at. And every fucking year, the nigga come to me and be like, I saw some houses down there. I'm like, nigga, I ain't going.
Don, listen to what I'm saying, please.
Do you understand what I'm saying? I'm the woman now. I'm talking as the chick, the absent chick, because I know what you're talking about, sweetheart. My husband says the same thing. My husband believes that if we pack up and go to a town or to a city or state where the fuck he's getting that check from, he believes that it's like in a man's mind that the wife and children should uproot and leave as well.
Right. I mean, now don't get me wrong. If it's short term, of course not. I'm saying if it's something short term, no, that would be out of the question. But I'm saying anything long term, I would say 6 months or better. Your family should.
Yeah, but nothing is indefinite. So you could be there for 3 weeks and have to bring your ass back.
Well,
that's why I'm with you, Captain. I'm with you, Captain, because that's the same thing with my husband. This motherfucker would come bring me pictures of homes and shit. I'm like, you might as well get that shit out my fucking face.
Okay, but here's
you might as well get the shit out my fucking. I ain't leaving. I'm not going to that motherfucking town.
Okay,
what happens later? He gets a contract, a 2-year contract with them niggas. The contract is null and void within a year. And now what?
Okay, but here's what I'm saying. But remember, the whole. at least I thought. The purpose of the conversation was to understand the disconnect. What I stated was women will avoid, listen to just the things that I've said. There are many women listening to this broadcast right now that would say, I cannot deal with that. But I am responsible. I am there. I'm the guy. I'm him. I did it. I'm the guy. But I can't deal with that aspect of following him. That's what I was trying to say all along.
No, I don't think it's her dealing with the fact that she can't follow him.
Okay.
The thing about it is, let me tell y'all this, okay? One thing that men hasn't, again, you got to study the woman. A woman is like a cat. They don't like to be moved from place to place. They don't like that shit. I'm telling you now, okay?
I understand
we don't like
No,
to
you
be.
don't.
We don't
Shut up
like.
and listen. You don't understand. You shut up and listen.
I want you to understand the way women are.
Okay, go ahead.
For
Go
one,
ahead.
so you'll understand it has nothing to do with leadership or following.
Okay,
It's
go
the
ahead.
fact that when a woman has planted her foot solid in a place, whether it's with you or not, is that, you know, an abruptly move based on finances and all of that is because she's like a cat. She doesn't like to move.
Okay.
She doesn't like to unless she's guided to move the family on her own. You follow what I'm saying?
My
so it's
point,
a little bit.
Don, my point has always been you're picking men that you can do that with. Only a man that's not established could do that.
No, we're talking about established men, sweetheart. I'm not. I get unestablished niggas out your head for a minute, because
okay.
all I know is established niggas.
All
I
right,
don't
I'm
even
shut
know
up.
an
Go ahead.
unestablished
Go ahead. I'm
motherfucker.
listening.
I want you to get that out your head, because I'm talking about established men. My husband is an established man.
Okay.
And like I told you several times, my father is as well.
Okay.
His job picks up and go, and he has to go and stay his ass, whether it's in Maryland or New York, and my mom ain't leaving Atlanta. Okay? The only thing about it is, like I said, women don't like to fucking relocate. We're talking about stability, and I want you to understand it has nothing to do with whether or not we would love to follow you. It's the only thing is that it's something in our nature that doesn't allow it, and that doesn't allow it. We like stability. If you ever had a conversation with a chick, she would tell you, I don't want to leave.
But you just
I don't want to leave.
You just said the only way you would want to move is if you could do it yourself. Now,
I said if it is guided within that woman. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, in other words, to say, when that woman can hear shit, let me put that on record, hear shit that y'all can't hear, feel shit that y'all can't feel, sense shit that y'all can't sense. So when it's time to pick up, like when we move, it's because I got the feeling to move my family.
But that's what I'm done. Listen
and
to me.
And let me explain why is that? Because it's always a smooth transition. It is always a very smooth transition from place to place. It's when it is decided upon the laws of the universe, the cause and effect, and that is when it's time, because the woman can hear it. That's why in every Native American culture, the woman is at the head called the clan mother, and in every tribe, the women gets outside and redirect the storm and all of that type of shit, because it's being in tune. And if the man is not in tune, when it's time for the time, it causes distress.
I just want to say one thing right quick. Ramses Devine said this: a man is going to make the best decision for his family. If that's moving, what is her emotional attachment to a place is irrelevant. This is what I was trying to say. I understand. I overstand, since you all use that term. I understand where you're coming from. I overstand it. Here's the thing, though. What I said is you have women they will discard men like that because they see, okay, I see that he's doing his thing. I can't deal with that. And a lot of times, like I said, they wind up with men who are not necessarily on their level, only to turn around and complain later that he's not on my level. Okay? What comes with men who are on your level and above is leadership. We are not just in positions of responsibility. And contrary to popular belief, we actually do know what we're doing. Okay, contrary to popular belief, with no disrespect to anything that you said. None whatsoever.
Right, I understand. Let me also say this, and I know Jolly and a few others want to get in.
Okay.
The leadership is about to take off. 347-884-9239 is your boarding pass. You will not be able to hear the next hour of the show unless you call in. The number is 347-884-9239. The leadership is about to take off. For those who do not want to call in or can't call in, you all have an awarding day. See you tomorrow in the new day, same time, same place. The Donna Corleone Show, 12 noon. Love y'all. All right. Jolly, you want to add in?
Yes. I want to confess that what he is saying is absolutely true. And the way he's thinking about it and the way he's expressing it is true for very many men. I myself ruined a wonderful, fantastic, benevolent relationship because I moved when I got the fucking inclination to move. But when he got the inclination to move, it was like, nigga, you got me fucked up. Like, I absolutely would not move on this nigga say so. And I moved a lot on my own personal motherfucking say so. Do you understand what I'm saying? So it was very clear that it was like, bitch, you gonna do what you wanna do? And I'm like, pretty much. I definitely ruined that relationship because I listened to myself. But I will say this. I am better off after that relationship without that nigga. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Okay,
so I'm not saying, hold on, I'm admitting to you that yes, that really contributed to me and that nigga not being me and that nigga no more. Okay? And this is my husband. But after that shit, after I learned to fucking listen to me, nigga, and I realized what I was doing, it was a much better situation.
Okay.
So
I'm not saying that all men. Don't get me wrong. I don't want anybody to be confused into thinking that I'm suggesting that all men know what they're doing. I'm not saying that all men have good leadership skills or even know where they're going. I'm not saying all men. What I am saying though specifically is that when you come across, like you said, headstrong women who may have some degree of a foundation established or not, men who are taught to do the right thing do not recognize women as the rock in the foundation. They are. Okay, that's all I'm trying to say. I'm not saying it's right.
Wow.
Yeah, because I'm a very headstrong woman, and I've been headstrong since the day I was born. Even my father couldn't. Even my father couldn't get to me. Nobody, no man can get to me.
Okay, so
you know what I'm saying? And I understand what that means because now here's the question: what if it's a headstrong woman?
Then you go back to what I said yesterday. In other words, I have to stop.
Men who are raised don't think that women are.
Let me say this. I have to put this on record. I run my family. I'm just going to come out and say that shit. I run my shit. I run my family. I run my family. My husband is the extension of running the family, but I run my family.
Okay.
When it comes to decisions, I have the last say so.
Okay, Don. So you asked me yesterday, what happened?
I have the first say so.
Okay, so here's what I'm saying. You asked me yesterday, what does a man do when he comes across that woman? And I told you, he stops his pursuit and he has to pursue someone else.
No, that nigga falls in line.
Pardon me?
Like a grown-ass man who sees the benefit of the situation falls in line. He assumes his position. He becomes the king of the fucking household.
Men do not become kings in other people's castles. They build their own.
That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard. You serious?
Okay.
So you're saying queens? Hold on. So you're totally neglecting the entire aspect of the fact that the king's position in most matriarchal society is given to him because of the fucking queen.
Oh wait, I'm sorry.
You're literally saying there are entire civilizations where the king is the king because of the queen. You're saying niggas don't move in the bitch's shit?
Let me acknowledge what you just said.
Please.
Wait, hold on. You don't have to say
I'm getting
ready to agree.
I just told you a story about a nigga that built his queen a house to move all her motherfuckers in. That's what a real man does. Baby.
I'll let you. Okay.
You need a fucking house for your family.
Are you gonna let me respond? Are you gonna let me respond? You said the key word. You said the key word in matriarchal societies, and this is what I want to say. Responsible black men who are taught to go to school, establish themselves, establish the foundation, are not raised with the concept of matriarchal. What they're taught is the only reason this is here is because your daddy failed. or because your uncle failed, or because men have failed to do what they're supposed to do. If you all are speaking on this should be a matriarchal society, then I have to stand down. And like I said, my argument is, I mean, there's nothing else for me to say. If you feel that the matriarchal society is the way it's supposed to be, what can we say? What can we say? Well, I mean, that like there tells it all.
Her life.
Huh?
It's like, you want to be.
Let me put some callers on. Anybody want their mic open? Push one now just in case my switchboard go down. Can y'all do that? And just mute your backgrounds when y'all get ready to chime in. You can unmute yourself. Anybody want in, push one on your keypad. We're going into the next hour. Go ahead, 718.
I think, I believe that whoever is the ruler must be the servant. So, perhaps, you're seeking to rule, but, ladies that are taking charge, you know what I'm saying, they're seeking to rule, and so they want to serve.
But we should equally have serve. Men who, this is what I'm trying to tell you, responsible men who do the right thing already have their own programs. They do not join women's programs. No woman can appoint me king. How could you possibly do that? I build my castle.
But a woman can be king as well. They have female kings in the ancient
I came back inside.
Queen,
we're not in ancient Egypt.
I'm here for the shits. There goes the link. It's my first time using Restream, so let's see how this shit works. There goes the link. Come on through. Come holler at me. Get it off your chest. Well, Shorty just text me. Yeah, no, not maybe. Oh, damn. I have a blade in my hand. I don't even know how this works. So if you're going to hit the link, you got to hit the link. You got to hit the link. You got to come up on here. I got some things I need to practice and do real quick. So you're going to have to. It's almost over. This audio is almost over. So you coming at the right time.
We're not in ancient. I mean,
the title queen is like the title king is like the chief executive officer. You can have female chief executive officer. You can have.
I understand that, and if they build their castle, they are the queen of that castle. Yes, they are.
So then why? Okay, so then you.
But I do.
Like that, if you have your castle and she has her castle, then y'all come together and then you have an even bigger kingdom.
If somebody
Makita had her own kingdom, Solomon had his own kingdom. They came together. It's about merging. But as you clearly
heard, these women, Don said it herself, this other woman just stated it, that she runs things. Okay, there is no merging. There is no compromising with that. She's telling you, I am in charge here. Okay, and I understand that. See, captains recognize other captains, or kings recognize other kings. However you want to put it.
Shout out to Slide. We're going down a rabbit hole. This is fiction. This is where is Bobby Norris? Oh shit, he just got all right. Then there's a song called Bobby Norris. Bobby Norris, did you know there's a song called Bobby Norris, nigga? You need to get your shit.
Rose. Jimmy cries. That's why we watch. But you're gonna give and Jimmy's gonna give. L's a fucking fag. Miss L's a fucking fag.
Damn,
I'm going to this channel. That's me though. It's flagging me down. I didn't look at it. Well, that nigga fags, bro. And I'm saying that I think Rio is even gayer than Bobby, bro. So Bobby, I'm canceling Bobby because this is some personal shit. This bitch ass nigga been lying, pulling his dick out on your show. So now he's.
They really got this show? I don't even want to see this.
Hey, Bobby. Rio.
Ask your question.
Hey, Bobby. Remember. Hey, Bobby. Hey, Bobby. Here's the thing. Hey, Bobby.
I'm blaming you for bringing me down this rabbit hole. I was focused on something else. But now we got to talk about Bobby Norris.
Listen, I already admitted that I'm gay. I have men doing it for me, but you, on the other hand, want Lamar to do it.
Stop right there. Let's go back. Now, look at her faces. All right, so Tip Tank, right there.
Hold on.
Right there.
I got you.
According to your logic, you were supposed to card cooking these nuts. Whenever somebody does some shit that you deem to be gay, Rio, you tell everybody that they need to cook them. So why isn't it that you don't need to cook these? Well, I was telling you this shit years ago when he pulled his dick out on your show multiple times. Why are you not cooking these nuts for pulling his dick out on your show? So now he's up here on your show. He's on your show telling everybody he's gay. Not only that, at the end of this video, he's going to say he would suck Bobby's dick, which was a gay question for Bobby as well. Bobby just fully came out the closet in the last couple of days. But yeah, let's get to it. He's going to let's run around that back. You're telling everybody that we need to cook all of these people that you deem to be gay, but somehow you don't have to cook Zesty, and he could be your co-host and your friend, and somehow you're gay. Then you talked about me and Cliff meeting up, but you were supposed to meet up with Ghetto Intellect, a dude who wears a dress, high heels, nails, and wigs. But see how that's nothing that you say makes any sense. Everything that you say, this is why you need to be ignored, because what people are not really coming to terms with is that you are actually slow, bro. That is what your handicap is. That's what you get a handicap check for.
Come on through, people.
Hey, Bobby, Bobby, here's the thing. Hey, Bobby, let's keep it a buck. I already admitted that I'm gay. Been doing it for me, but you, on the other hand, want Lamar to do it for you. See, I can admit it. You can't.
Oh, you want to see Bobby?
Hey, Rio.
Yeah, you heard me. See, I already got them all fucked up in the game.
I can show you Bobby Norris. I was just context of what went down and why Eve as well. Yeah. What's this? What the fuck is this? Who the fuck is checking up with Miss Cornwall after Hurricane Melissa? Oh, somebody got their grandma on the shit. Yo, these niggas on YouTube ain't bruh. Who was that nigga channel? Robert Gibson or some shit, right? You know what? Let me go to my subscriptions. He's in there. He's in there. Hold on, Eva. Hold on. Let me find. Let me make sure. Because you might be on the StreamYards in the back. Nah, you're not there yet. StreamYards is the link is live, so if you hit it, I can see you. Nope, that's not what I'm looking for. Where is it? No. All right, here we go. Subscriptions. All right, let me scroll down. Bobby Norris there somewhere. That nigga been going on for the last few days. Oh shit, I think she just popped on the joint. Hold on 1 second. Hold up. Take the time there. Hold on. We have to fight him. Damn, I ain't gonna fight him like that. All right, hold on. I know Eva's up here. She gotta spit her shit. What up, though? You gotta spit your shit. Yes, yeah. You know what? I'm gonna mute up. It's your turn. Go in on him. Yeah, you can. I can hear you. Can you hear me? Is your microphone working? Oh shit. Mute mic. No, I can hear you. Right. Oh, yeah. Yo, you stupid. All right, hold on. Audio. I need to share this audio the right way. Now niggas don't be donating to me. How do I do this? I'm trying to get your audio so that it's shared, but I don't think they can hear you on the other end. Yeah. I don't think they can hear you on the restream right now on the broadcast. If I wanted you to go in, you're gonna have to figure out how to get up on this restream. You're gonna have to get up on this restream, okay? Yeah, nah. Log out. I'm gonna end this joint because we can't hear you. We can't hear you. I'm gonna end that. Fuck a StreamYards right now. We on restreams. That's what we doing. You feel me? And now I gotta go find Bobby Norris. So let me go through all the shit. Let me see. I need my history. Let me my history. Boom. Deadly UK helicopters been falling out the sky. Was airplanes. What is this nigga Suge doing, bro? This nigga dressed like Michelangelo right now. Y'all see this shit? This nigga Suge is wilding, bro. Y'all niggas is wild online. All right, we going through my history, y'all, so y'all can see actually what the fuck I be watching. Let's talk about it. Let me go find my nigga Bobby Norris. Yo, this absolute Batman shit is crazy. That shit is bananas. Shout out to Jimmy. Shout out to New Breed. Shout out to Ethereal. Yeah. So I be watching. Yeah, look, this is the shit I be going through watching during the day. Shout out to Miko. Yeah. Hey, Rollo, your fat ass is up in there too. You big old pregnant parrot, bald headed, stank ass mother. Yeah. We still going down. I'm gonna find Bobby. I watched some Bobby videos. Jimmy. Some weird chick shaking her tongue. Knockers. Okay. LA. JB Beats. Where the fuck? That was Tuesday. What's that? Yesterday? Nah, I just finished watching that nigga. Yo, Bobby, you took the videos down, you bitch ass nigga? Oh, this nigga took his videos down. I think he took his videos down. I might have to get off the phone. Let me see. I gotta find Bobby Norris. Y'all. That nigga took them videos down, bro. He took them videos down, y'all. I can't believe he did that. Yo, you took your videos down, Bobby. You's a bitch. Let me see. What's she talking about? Oh, shit. Yeah, I gotta get off the phone, man. I'll be back. Fuck this. I'll be back. I'd rather talk to her anyway. How I turn this off?